Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing a full day of food for our house. So I just chose a random weekday and picked up my camera, and this is what we ate in a day. My husband and I have 5 kids, ages 3 through 16. So we've got everything from teenage eaters in the house to little snackers at 3 years old here. So on this particular morning, I kind of overstayed my welcome at the gym. So by the time I got home, things were in full swing and everyone was hungry. So I grabbed some cereal and paired it with some eggs. And some of my kids also grabbed a protein yogurt. My husband grabbed a protein yogurt. By the time I finished making all the eggs, I think I made 14 on this day. But I just kind of make them to order because I never want to make too many. So eggs, small bowls of cereal, protein yogurt, and I had my first coffee, which I usually don't wait until after the gym, but for some reason I just didn't have it this morning. So that was breakfast. I also packed my husband's lunch, which was a sandwich, and sometimes I give him leftovers, but we didn't have any leftovers from the night before. So sandwich, carrots and ranch, Quest chips, and then he also has some things in his office, so I didn't need to send him with any extra snacks or anything. Somewhere between breakfast and lunch, my older 2 boys, one of them made one of those like Red's organic burritos. Whenever those go on sale at Publix, I will grab a bunch of them because it's a really great snack for hungry boys or girls, but usually it's my boys who want them. And another one of them made one of those pancakes and sausage on a stick kind of things. And this is just what happens when we have cereal for breakfast, which is why we usually have cereal as a snack because everybody's like starving by 10. So they heated that up and had something in between breakfast and lunch. Lunch was sandwiches, chips, and fruit for my kids. Like I mentioned, I didn't have enough leftovers from the night before, although typically I'll try to put leftovers out for lunch this time of year when they're 3 hours a day at football, but we didn't have any leftovers. They were very hungry last night, so I put out some sandwiches, chips, fruit, and then I've been having a moment with this Green Goddess salad dip, and I wanted to have some of this. I had a bunch of cabbage left over because I had made this dip for a girlfriend and I a few days ago, and so I wanted to use up the second half of the head of cabbage, and I still had all the ingredients I needed to make this recipe. So I made this because I just kind of wanted to munch through lunch. I wasn't super hungry and I wanted to use up these ingredients, but my kids also love this recipe. And so they had it with their lunch as well. So they ended up having sandwiches, chips, fruit, and this dip. And then I just kind of munched on this dip. And then I paid for that later this afternoon because I was pretty hungry by the afternoon. It was kind of an unscheduled day. So when it was time for sports, my kids all grabbed a bar of choice for the car ride. We have those perfect peanut butter bars. My younger ones really like Cliff Bars, and they were just along for the ride for sports drop-off. We had football and cheer today. And a couple of my other kids like those Nature Valley protein bars. So they ate that, headed off to sports. When I got home from sports drop-off is when the fact that I just had chips and dip for lunch really hit me. And so I had some apples and peanut butter with a little mini beef stick before I started prepping dinner. Interestingly enough, my kids kind of have like 2 dinners. So at the school they play football for and cheer at. A lot of businesses in the community really support them, and so they provide a meal every day after practice, and which is honestly amazing because with my 3 older ones all being very active and hungry, they're starving as soon as practice is over. And then depending on like the dance schedule, sometimes we have a later dinner, and so it's really great that every day, like right around 5:30 or 6, they get a hefty snack really for them. And then we have a later dinner. So it has definitely helped the grocery bill. We're very thankful for all these meal sponsorships. So everything from Chick-fil-A to a local pizza shop to sandwich shops. And they have a different business Monday, a different business Tuesday, a different business Wednesday. So on this particular day, they have bagels delivered from a bagel shop with cream cheese, and so each of the kids had a bagel and cream cheese after practice. In addition to the bagel and cream cheese, which are already on the schedule, a local Italian ice shop also came by after practice and gave all of the football players and all of the cheerleaders Italian ice from their food truck. So this is a company that always shows up as a vendor at our games, and they just really love to support the kids as well. So that was an additional treat. So they had bagels, cream cheese, and Italian ice about an hour and a half before dinner. And then came home, and for dinner, we had blackened salmon. This is like a 3-pound salmon fillet. I'll link the recipe down below. The recipe, though, mind you, is for 1 pound. So I double the blackening seasoning, and that is the perfect spice level for our 3-pound salmon that I get from the store here. So a salmon with wild rice and broccoli, steamed broccoli, and I did have a lot of mashed potatoes left over from last night. I did not have any pot roast left over, but I had a ton of mashed potatoes left over, so I put that out with the salmon as well, just to add some extra bulk to the dinner to feed all the people. So the kids ended up eating, and John and I, we ended up eating this entire 3-pound salmon, plus finishing off the mashed potatoes, all of the rice, and of course there were a couple little pieces of broccoli left. That we'll have leftovers with, but we won't have anything else.